Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt tired, but not the kind of tired that sleep fixes? That strange heaviness, like your energy's leaking out from somewhere you can't quite see. You wake up, drag yourself through the day, and wonder, where did the fire go? The hunger, the edge, the sense that you're building something meaningful. The truth is most men don't burn out because life is too hard. They burn out because of one habit, a quiet one, a private one that promises release, but leaves you emptier than before. It's not just about biology, it's about control. See, there's a hidden battle happening inside every man between the instinct that pulls you toward easy pleasure and the higher self that knows this momentary comfort is costing you something deeper. And the ancient Stoics, they saw this long before modern science caught up. They warned us that unchecked pleasure isn't harmless. It's a trap. It's a trap that every time you choose short-term gratification over long-term purpose, you trade power for weakness and peace for guilt. So, if you've been feeling stuck lately, if something deep in you knows you're meant for more, stay with me, because once you see this habit for what it really is, you'll never look at it the same again. This ... might just be the beginning of your comeback. Here's something most men never hear. Your brain can't tell the difference between real achievement and a cheap shortcut. Every time you indulge in that one habit, know the one I'm talking about, your brain releases a surge of dopamine. It feels good, powerful even, like a reward. But here's the problem. You didn't actually earn it. You didn't build anything. You didn't push through resistance or grow stronger. You just tricked your biology. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes to keep choosing the shortcut, till one day you realize your motivation is gone. You're tired for no reason. You're watching life pass by and something in you feels hollow. That's the dopamine trap. The Stoics saw it coming. Seneca said, "No man is free who is a slave to his body." Marcus Aurelius warned that if you can't control your impulses, you'll never truly own your mind or your destiny. And maybe you felt it too. That moment right after giving in, when the pleasure fades and what's left is a quiet shame. A whisper inside that says, you're meant for more than this. And you are, but you can't get there if your mind keeps chasing easy pleasure. Not when greatness asks for discipline, and this habit keeps stealing it. There's a quote that hits deeper the older you get. No man is free who is a slave to his body. That came from Seneca, one of the wisest Stoics in history. And it's a truth most of us try to ignore till life forces us to face it. Because, let's be honest, it's easy to believe we're in control. We wake up, we go to work, we check off tasks. But underneath that structure, how many of our actions are driven by urges we don't control? The craving for comfort, the scroll of the phone, the pull toward pleasure we can't resist. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who led legions and governed an empire, knew this well. He said that mastering your desires isn't just a virtue, it's the first step to real freedom. Think about that. Not wealth, not success, not even discipline in the gym or at the office, but mastery over your inner world, your appetites, your impulses. You'll find this pattern in every great man across history. They were warriors, inventors, visionaries, but the one thing they had in common wasn't talented, was restraint. It's the ability to feel an urge rise, so choose not to obey it, to say, no, I'm not ruled by this. Because when you can say no to your impulses, you can finally say yes to your potential. That's not just philosophy, it's power. So how do you break free from this cycle, this quiet habit that keeps draining your energy and dulling your drive? The answer isn't found in a quick hack or a morning routine. It lies in something deeper, something ancient, the Stoic path. And it starts with 3 timeless principles. First, self-discipline. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." It's not about punishment or denying yourself joy. It's about choosing what matters most over what feels good in the moment. Every time you resist that old habit, you're not just holding back, you're training your mind to be stronger than your impulses in that quiet resistance. That's where true power begins. Second, purpose. When a man lacks purpose, his mind wanders. And that's when the meaningless pleasures creep in. But when you're locked in building something that matters, learning a skill, chasing greatness, you don't have time to scroll, to spiral, or to self-sabotage. You're too focused, too alive. You don't need escape because you're already on fire. Third, transmutation. Let's talk about energy, not the woo-woo kind real, biological energy. Sexual energy is one of the most powerful forces a man has, and when it's wasted, so is potential. But when it's redirected, it fuels creativity, ambition, vision. Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest minds in history's celibacy, not out of guilt, but out of clarity. He knew the power of transmutation, turning raw desire into pure drive, and you can do the same. The Stoics didn't teach suppression. They taught transformation, from weakness to strength, from chaos to calm, from scattered to focused. And that journey starts now. So what happens when you finally stop? When you stop letting a silent habit drain your energy, your focus, your fire, what changes? Everything. You start waking up differently, not dragging, not chasing some spark to get through the day. You rise with a calm power, like something ancient inside you has returned. That's the thing no one tells you about quitting. You don't just give something up, okay? You get yourself back. Confidence stops being a mask you wear in front of others and starts becoming something you carry in your chest, even when no one's watching. Your testosterone rises, your clarity sharpens, your mind gets quiet but not empty, focused. And the best part is that low hum of guilt, the one that used to follow you after every indulgence. It's gone. In its place is peace, purpose, momentum. This is what the Stoics called true freedom. Not the kind of freedom that comes from doing whatever you want, but the kind that comes from no longer being ruled by what you crave. Because when you control yourself, you control your life. And in a world full of distractions, that makes you unstoppable. Now comes the question only you can answer. Will you stay trapped in a loop, letting a quiet habit decide the course of your day, your energy, your worth? Or will you rise? Will you take back the wheel, become the man you were meant to be? 'Cause here's the raw truth. No great man in history was ruled by his desires. Not the warriors, not the thinkers, it's not the leaders who shaped civilizations. They all had the same decision to make, to master themselves or to be mastered. And you're standing at that same crossroads right now. You don't need perfection. You need a decision, one moment of clarity, one quiet no to your old self. That's where the shift begins. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you are underneath the noise, the urges, the distractions. So, if this message struck a chord, something in you is ready for more, then make that choice, not tomorrow. Now, start the journey of self-mastery today. Not for them, not for the world, for you.